Hello, I'd like to intro this podcast with a brief announcement. I would like to let you know that we have been, for the grand total of $4.20, we have been acquired by Microsoft Game Studios.
Wait, really?
Thank you for listening to the not actually acquired Battle Science Podcast, the Pokemon Go PvP podcast, where we talk about Pokemon Go PvP, the Pokemon Go, and all that fun stuff. Yeah, I mean, next time I see you, I can just hand you $4, $4 singles and 2 dimes.
I tell you,
This is the take that Microsoft. Yeah. Don't spend it all in one place, Jesse.
I'm gonna go buy me a cheeseburger.
Hey, $4.20. Actually, probably can't get you 2 cheeseburgers from Dick's, but it can at least get you 1. Because I think their cheapest burger is like $2 or something.
Yep.
Like, dang, that's impressive. Not sponsored. Love to be, but not sponsored. Battle Science Podcast for February. Let me click the button and see what date it is, because they all blend together at some point. Today is February 8th, 2022. This will release on February 11th, 2022. This is an unofficial Valentine's Day-ish kind of podcast, I guess, just date-wise. So, yay. I don't know. We don't have anything really special. We just have a whole lot of Valentine's Day themed content to talk about. I am your non-Valentine's Day themed host, Steven, a.k.a. A Boy in the Woods, joined by also, I'm going to imagine, equally not Valentine's Day themed host, Rocket Admin J.
Man, I could be wearing a little heart braid in my hair. You don't know.
Yeah.
Because we're doing this remote.
Yeah. I could have gotten my hair cut in a little heart cut into a fade. You don't know. I could do that.
Don't judge me.
Yeah, don't you judge me. I could be stylish. I was actually thinking of Extra Life donation goal where like I get my hair cut and in the fade I get something like written in it and whatever, I don't know, some sort of, it could be something ridiculous.
As a goal, you get to decide what's cut into the side of your head.
Something like that. Not like cut in, but cut into the hair.
Job interview.
Yeah, hopefully I get hired first for another place. Before this. Yeah, goes in. Spoof. It says spoofer in my hair. You're wearing hats a lot. Is something wrong with your head? Kinda.
Here.
It says Snarm on one side and Charl on the other. No?
No? Got nothing.
Okay. Snarm and Charl. Let's see. Housekeeping. Battle Science Podcast for February 11th. If you are new to Pokemon Go PvP, you can go listen to our preseason primer episodes of August 27th and September 6th. If you want an introduction, a very broad and maybe too detailed introduction into Pokemon Go PvP, you can go listen to those and then come back or just keep listening to this. You know, you do you. You do you, boo. You could support us like our wonderful Battle Science patrons over at patreon.com/battlescience. Wonderful people within our Patreon producer tier, $5 or more. Dolphin93, Winston the Champ, Jimmy Bo. Actually, Jim is him, aka. Okay, so it's James, aka Jimmy Bo, aka Jim is him, who is in the Twitch chat right now.
Cool.
Evo Stevo and Jamar. If you go over to patreon.com/battlescience and back us at the $5 tier or higher, you can get your name read as part of every show of the month. So if you back us at a $5 tier for 1 month, you will get your name read. Get your name read before every podcast for the following month. If you just want to back us and support us with $1 or $2, you can head over to patreon.com/battlescience, where you can get the Battle Science After Dark podcast, which is a monthly podcast where we talk about whatever we darn well feel like. Usually with a little bit more swears, if you're into the dirty talk.
Bar language.
Yeah. Jesse, how much do you like the dirty talk? Soil. Dirt. Mud. Cover my boots. Does that make you feel dirty? Dust and gardening. Rugged hikes. I'm losing it. You can get content if that 30 seconds got you interested. You can go over to patreon.com/battlescience. Listen to the backlog of the Battle Science After Dark podcasts. But you're here now for Pokemon Go content.
And us. Here
And
at the
us.
Battle Science Podcast.
Yes. Let's jump into what we like to call the news roundup.
Giddy up now. This is the news roundup.
We are getting... Before we dive into the small amount of content we have, I just kind of want to voice my semi-displeasure with Niantic in the way that they're announcing events. Announcing events only right before the event comes out, which...
They need to center around our show. No one else.
Yeah, I need to be catered to more there, Niantic. We're missing... It's like we're able to cover every other event because within the 2-week period, the event is switched to another event that we have no details for. So it's...
And then it literally comes out the next day after our podcast has been done recording.
Yeah, it's really helpful. Thanks, Niantic. Hashtag thank... Excuse me. Hashtag thank you, Niantic. I say that with semi-sarcasm. It is kind of unfortunate that this is the method, but, what can we do? Nothing. We can do nothing. But, speaking of news, Pokemon Go Valentine's Day 2022 event, Flabebe appearing, Valentine's Day themed collection challenges, and more. Flabebe, the pseudograss fairy type flower petal that we were anticipating and we talked about last episode, is in fact the Pokemon that's getting featured in the 2022 Valentine's Day event. So from Thursday, February 10th, which is in 2 days at 10 a.m. to Monday, February 14th, so a little longer of a weekend, at 8 p.m. from 10 a.m. local to 8 p.m. local. We have a Pokemon debut of Flabebe, Floette, and Florges. These Pokemon come in 5 different colors: red, yellow, orange, blue, and white. Flabebe can evolve into Floette with 25 Flabebe candy. Floette can evolve into Florges with 100 Flabebe candy after you earn 20 hearts with it as your buddy. That's like a day or two? Let's see.
At least.
Yeah, it's 2, 3, maybe 4 days, depending on if you're hardcore going for it. Event bonuses: 2 times lure module duration. Your buddy Pokemon will bring you items more often, and 2 times catch candy. Global Valentine's Day Challenge, available from Wednesday, February 9th to Tuesday, February 15th. In celebration of Valentine's Day, a global challenge will be ongoing throughout the event. Work with other trainers around the world by sending gifts to your friends. Once trainers send enough gifts, they'll unlock a bonus for all trainers for the remainder of the event. Global challenge bonus is 3 times transfer candy. So the global challenge goal is to send 70. Is that 70 million?
Yes.
70 million gifts.
So I would like to point out one thing. It's very interesting to see lately how much they're pushing for people to do gifts. Like,
I
I
guess.
personally am someone that I do my best to get my 20 gifts opened and sent every day at least. But it feels like they have to make incentives for people to open gifts recently. Like, I think it started back in November with the Thanksgiving event or whatever it was around then. And then ever since through the holidays, every event has had some mechanic of asking people, hey, open and send gifts. Open and send gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious as to wondering if it's something on their end or they're just trying to remind people that it's a mechanic that exists so people stop crying when they get into a community day and realize they don't have items for it. It's just, to me, it's very interesting because it's like, I do this gifting thing. I know it exists. I don't ever have an issue on community day with items unless there's like a Johto Fest where it's like 2 days of stuff. And it's like, well, reasonably, I go hard on these events. So me running out of items says something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm one of those people that I don't have the bag space maxed either. So that could also be my fault. But, I find it very interesting that the last 3 or 4 months, they have had either research, uh, special research, events, research, something focused around sending or opening gifts. I wonder if there's more to it, like data collection or something.
I don't know.
But that's me putting the tinfoil hat on.
Yeah, take that tinfoil hat. It doesn't suit you. Take that off. I don't like that. I don't like that on you. I don't know. It's an odd. I mean, Valentine's Day.
And I know people like you and a couple other of our friends that are not the best with gifting, but tell me this made you open more. These type of things.
Yeah, the send 3 gifts. The send 3.
And that's another one too.
Yeah.
Specifically put a sticker on it.
Yeah.
Because people were doing stickers.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm one of those ones that I was only putting stuff on that's still available.
Yeah.
I don't like that a lot of them have like rotated. The couple that I wish would come back are the team leaders and the rocket leaders. Like, why have those not come back?
If anything, make them purchasable in the store. People will still spend money on it.
Yeah. No, I haven't gotten any new Lucky Friends. Jim is him. I've had
During the event, I did, what was it? 12 lucky trades that I had set up and made probably 4 of those lucky again during the event. But lucky friends in general, I think over the event, I made 20.
Jesus.
You gotta remember, like I said, I'm one of those people that opens in gifts every day.
Yeah, that's true. And you've got a lot more best friends than I do. I really don't have a whole lot of best friends. Speaking of which, if you are on my friends list and we are close to best friends, what I'm thinking of doing is trying to pop a bunch of best friends during the Johto tour event. So that I think is my goal. If you're listening to this, and I'll definitely put something in the oh God, excuse me. I'll definitely put something in the Discord about it.
Jim, it's just like with the other day, the last day of the, it would have been yesterday, the last day of the Chinese Lunar New Year.
Mm-hmm.
I traded a coworker a Smeargle. I was like, hey, I have research to do a trade research. I was like, I'm going to give you the Smeargle because I need the XL candy for it. You just give me whatever. He gives me a 91 IV Lucky Growlithe, and I give him a Hundo Smeargle with Shadow Claw Foul Play.
Dang.
I was just like, he was like, does it evolve? I was like, no. And he goes to transfer, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's a lucky Hundo.
Yeah. Jim is him. I have maybe 10 best friends, so my chances.
Let's see. I can look up and find out how many I have because my friends don't trade with me.
Woof.
I have 55 pending lucky friends. If that may, but that's out of 272 friends. Anyway, moving on, Flojus.
Let's see. Oh, 3 times transfer candy is pretty sweet. So hopefully we get that
Yes,
quickly.
especially if we're going to be having the Johto event. Or no, it would be. Does it say that the bonuses will be after the event or during?
For the remainder of the event.
Okay, so it'll. Uh, hmm. I guess it's just transfers from Valentine's Day stuff then.
Hobbit Community Day is this weekend.
That's true. That's true.
That's not a bad.
I don't want to hear anybody saying we don't have XL after this weekend.
A new form change available during the duration of Valentine's Day event. You'll be able to change your natural form Furfro to Heart Trim Furfro. By the way, this does not change stats. Follow these steps
Just appearance.
to change Furfro's trim. Furfro begins in its natural form. Select Furfro in your Pokemon storage and then tap the Change Form button to bring up a menu that lists the available trims. Select your preferred trim. Changing your Furfro from one trim to another will cost 25 Furfro candy and 10,000 Stardust. Why does it cost Stardust when it's a limited time form change? This doesn't make sense to me. Why?
Is this going to be a limited one?
That's what they mention.
Where?
For the duration of the Valentine's Day event, you'll be able to change your natural form Furfro to Heart Trim Furfro. During the duration, or for the duration of the Valentine's Day event. So
I have the Hundo. I might just change it to that one.
I guess.
I-
Unless you
Right
think
now
another.
It's a Dandy, and if I can change it to Dandy at any time.
That's true. Collection challenges. The event will feature 2 Valentine's Day themed collection challenges. Complete the collection challenges to encounter a female Frillish and a male Frillish. If you're into that kind of fish. Special attacks during the event period. The following attacks will be available. The Community Day move for Ralts. Evolve Curlia during the event to get a Gallade or Gardevoir that knows the charge attack Synchronize. Gallade and Gardevoir encountered after raids. After raids? Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Will also know Synchronize. So raid, Gallade, and Gardevoir will know Synchronize.
In fact, PvPers know that neither of those Pokemon use those moves.
Yeah, pretty much. You can. It's suboptimal.
It's good for raids. I'll say that.
Yeah. Wild encounters. The following Pokemon will be appearing more frequently in the wild. Flabebe with different colored flowers will be appearing in the wild depending on where you are in the world. Red flower Flabebe, encountering in Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Blue flower Flabebe, appearing in the Asia-Pacific region. Yellow flower Flabebe, appearing in the Americas. If you're lucky,
that instinct propaganda out of my face.
If you're lucky, you might encounter white flower Flabebe and orange flower Flabebe. No matter what region you're in, give me that orange. Give me that orange, please. I don't know why I tried to go robot voice there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all of the robots that I might have offended.
For everyone that's listening, the color appearance is purely cosmetic.
Yep, no stat changes.
But if you're a Dex collector, I envy you. I have pity for you, I should say.
In the wild, you will find Chansey, Plusle, Minun, Volbeat, Alumice, Love-Disc, Woobat, Red Flower Flabebe, Blue Flower Flabebe, White Flower Flabebe, depending on where you're at, and Natural Form Furfro. If you're lucky, you might encounter the following: Miltank, Audino, Alomomola. Amomola, whatever. We all know. The big fish, I should say. White flower Flabebe and orange flower Flabebe.
These wild spawns,
Chansey.
obviously no one cares for Minun or Volbeat or Plusle or Alumize. Chansey is a good one to hunt for the XLs.
Yep.
Furfuro is kind of eh. Obviously, Flabebes will be popular. Woobat, if you don't have the shiny, it's a good way to get the shiny one. Woobat is also a walk it with it to evolve requirement. So if you don't have a Swoobat yet, you could find a good one during this event and then put it as your buddy. Walk it for, I think it's just 1 kilometer, and then you can evolve it. out of the ones that if you're lucky you might encounter, Audino is crazy for Stardust. It is bonus Stardust when you catch it. Miltank, also Blueberry Cow will be available, so you can catch that. Miltank isn't relevant in PvP. It's a very spicy, suboptimal option for Great League only, unfortunately. Audino also will get a Mega eventually, so if you don't get it this event, just know that it'll come back eventually.
Yep.
Currently in Love Cup, Alomola is going crazy. It is the thick fish. It is water chancy.
Yep.
If you can find a good one for PvP with non-weather boosted IVs, it is really good in Great League as just a straight waterfall. It's like an Incinerate clone, semi-Incinerate clone that just basically hits things really hard and it survives through a lot of things. I actually was running a Love Cup team, which we'll get to here in a little bit, with what is it? Milotic is my lead.
Uh-huh.
I was able to get to a Hyper Beam, spamming Dragon Tail. It unshielded Hyper Beam and still survived. If that tells you how thick this fish is.
Yeah, it's very solid. It was very solid last year, so
yeah.
It's. I mean, it's.
So if you need a good one for PvP, you can also use it in Ultra. It's another option for Ultra.
Yep.
And then the other two Flobebes, if you want a nice white Flojess or orange Flojess, those are also obviously ones to go and try and catch. If you are someone that travels or knows people that travel, save a couple extra of your regionals because I'm sure people will want to trade for those.
Yes.
For the red, blue, or the yellow.
Yeah, I think your primary things to look out for here as far as PvP are going to be Chansey and Alomomola. Audino's just a great dust
for Stardust.
Audino's just a great Stardust. Like, well, I mean, if you encounter them in the wild, just catch them. But I want to say, let's take a quick peek at its field research task encounters. It is not in field research task encounters. So
if you see it in the wild, go for it.
Yeah, just take it.
But don't put yourself in danger to get it. Don't drive and play.
Yeah. The Miltank is a spicy normal type that will only be relevant maybe like a weekend over the course of a year. So, like, realistically, don't worry about it.
But yeah, a Mola, big fish is worth going for. Everything else is kind of user discretion.
Flobebe I think is probably the one sort of question mark since we don't really know. We don't have its moves confirmed 110%. So we'll have to wait and see what we get. In raids, 1-star raids, Miltank, Roselia, Audino, and Natural Form for Fro. In 3-star raids, Nido Queen, Nido King, Lickitung, Guard of War Gallade. All right, if there's one thing you're going to be looking for, it's going to be 3-star raids. You're going to be looking for Lickitung. Jesse, can you solo a Lickitung?
That's a great question.
Do you mind?
I don't think I've ever tried.
Do you mind doing a quick search on Sylph Road and seeing if Sylph Road references Lickitung as a current raid boss that in its difficulty? In 5-star raids, Registeel. Registeel caught during this time will know the attack Zap Cannon. We'll get to that in a little bit. And in Mega raids, Mega Houndoom is available. Field research task encounters for this event. Following Pokemon will be available when you encounter when you complete field research tasks: Pikachu, Eevee, Luvdisc, and Ralts. If you're lucky, you might encounter the following: Frillish, Alomomola, and Spinda with a heart pattern.
I got an answer for you.
You got an answer? What you got?
Lickitung can safely be beaten by 2+ trainers. It is relatively easy as a tier 3 raid boss and is a joke in cloudy weather as it boosts fighting types. For high-level trainers, it is an easy solo.
Okay, so if you've got the right counters, then it's doable.
Yeah, because Sylph Road doesn't have it updated yet because technically it hasn't started in our region. I've never actually looked because most of the time when I go to do a Lickitung raid, people are like, "Yes, I want in."
Yes, that is something I will certainly be looking out for.
But as far as the raids go, yes, I think honestly it's just Lickitung and Registeel that I think people will be going for.
Yeah.
As far as battlers, I
Mhm.
think the general public will either be going for like the shiny hunters and the casual players will be going for either Miltank or Registeel.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I think if I'm a casual player looking at this event, none of these raid bosses are exciting
Mm-hmm.
because I don't PvP and Registeel has been around multiple times already, and it's not a fun boss to fight, especially now that it's getting Zap.
Yeah. So let's go over to Florgis's Game Press page and see what they are breaking down as far as the move sets. Now,
So
realistically,
Florges is the third form of Flabebe.
yeah, this is I imagine still data mined. I don't know if this how official this is.
No.
But they have the fast moves as Vine Whip, Tackle, and Razor Leaf. Um,
Vine Whip is obviously the optimal one.
mm-hmm. But Razor Leaf, it's got its uses. Charge moves, we have Moonblast, Petal Blizzard, Psychic, and Disarming Voice. Not ideal, to be honest. It's not ideal.
Yeah, it's a lot of high energy charge moves.
Yeah, Disarming Voice isn't. Let's see.
It's
We're
not
looking
great,
at.
but it's on par with Psyshock.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at the raid. I want to look at the PvP. Am I looking at the 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar? Am I looking at the PvP stats or am I looking at the raid stats?
We
Oh, I
don't know
can't
the
tell.
PvP stats yet because the moves haven't been fully disclosed from my understanding.
No, but the stats for Disarming Voice.
Oh, I can find out. Hold on.
If it's still a 3 bar, then that's all right.
Base power is 70. Damage per second is almost 18. Damage window is 3.2 seconds. Move cooldown is 3.9.
Okay.
Damage per energy is 2.2. You want to know base power. For PvP, base power is 70.
Mm-hmm.
Energy required is 45.
Okay.
Other Pokemon with that move that are relevant, I'm going through the list really quick. Shadow X-Cloud.
That's funny.
Everything else is either a baby form or a second evolution.
Interesting.
So it'll be the first potentially relevant third tier with that move.
I want to look at Floette then and see what we've got here. Vine Whip, Tackle, Dazzling Gleam, Petal Blizzard, Psychic. Dazzling Gleam and Psychic are going to be very similar as far as like bait, and then Vine Whip is an interesting fast move. So
It's
I think it's
attack and defense. It's okay. It's defensive weighted, but it's a pure fairy.
I think this is probably going to be kind of subpar.
Yeah,
Now
I feel like it'll be the Ivysaur.
Yeah, I think the benefit is we're looking at a 3 tier, so we're almost guaranteed a community day. Question is when.
Not for another 3 years.
Not for a while. I mean, we could see it. We could see it soon, but
Wow, as a 2 tier, its max level 50 is 1700.
so that's
CP.
actually not bad.
No.
That's going to be bulky then. That might make the most sense as a second tier then.
As a Floette.
Yeah.
Especially with the moves not being as costly.
Yeah.
Because it's basically Vine Whip, Dazzling Gleam. Psychic is a counter to the poisons that would beat it.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. I'll give it that. I don't know if it really breaks a whole lot. I was hoping for maybe a little bit more grass moves as far as charge moves. I think
That'll be a community move, if anything.
Yeah.
To answer Jim's question posed earlier, they have 100 IV Chansey, still need to 100 XL to max it out. Should you Best Buddy it? Best Buddy could also help you save the extra 2 XL requirements for your final power-ups. Um, the nerf they recently did to Pound didn't help Chansey. If you're going to be using it competitively, you need to make sure that you're also going to invest in other stall team Pokemon, and that's a commitment. I think either way, even if you don't use it for PvP, it's also a great gym defender. If you want to find more candy for it over time, and if you don't want to use it as your best buddy, what I've been doing for my Hundo Wobbuffet is I've been throwing it in gyms and just feeding it candy or berries whenever I can to try and get a couple extra candy here and there. But that's up to you. That's my thought is the nerf didn't help Bliss Chansey, but I'm still seeing it in Love Cup, and it is still triggering me. Oh, you looked at that nice little chart there.
Nice little chart here. Let's see who it was made by. It was by G47IX. Or G479? I don't know. It depends on if the IX are Roman numerals or not. Let's see. So we are looking at a little bit of a extra long weekend event here with some more of our, basically just a prettier version of the information we've covered before. I mean, it's another event that's, I mean, depending on how awesome the rewards are for research, this might be nice. It might not really be a whole lot great
Your
stuff.
research rewards are right there.
I know, but I mean, if the like requirements and stuff are like super easy and all that stuff, we'll
yeah.
kind of have to wait and see. 3 times transfer candy is pretty great, depending on how fast we earn that bonus, especially with the Johto tour.
How fast we're given that bonus?
Huh?
You mean how fast we're given that bonus?
Yeah, how fast we earn it, and then like leading. And then leading up to the Johto tour, like I know I have to clear out space, so
yep.
I've got a lot of work to do to clear out. I'm gonna want, because the problem is then we have Hop It Community Day this weekend, and like I have to do a lot of work before then, and then, or not like a lot. By a lot of work, I mean like clean out my box space
management.
Yeah, I've got. Like I still have another 70 Grimer to trade, and then almost 100 Litleo for you, Jesse. So
yeah,
and I want that XL candy. So oh, dang, gosh, diddly ding, darn, doon, darn, shoots. Well, that's, I think. Let me do a quick double check and make sure we don't have anything else going up on the updates.
We did have the field research task encounters, but you didn't really mention those.
Field research
and then new avatar items and shirts, stickers.
I talked about the field research.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah. I briefly covered them. Nothing stands out here.
I mean, the Frillish are good.
Yeah. Yeah, your Great League IVs aren't going to be available there unless you trade them. So,
or you want to run 100 level 50 Frillish in Great League.
This was a kind of an interesting announcement. The Pokemon TCG Pokemon Go expansion.
I gotta find something funny about that. Somebody made a like, you know, people like the fan cards. Give me a minute. Was that posted by Niantic or Pokemon?
This was PokemonGoLive.com.
Okay.
This was the blog.
Go ahead and keep going, and I'll see if I can find it.
I just wanted to make mention. It's kind of cool that it's coming out. We'll see the kind of like art stuff and what happens.
Found it already.
Oh boy.
I'm forwarding it to you on Discord.
Can I share it or no?
Yes, it's friendly.
There's my thing. Oh, speaking of that's good. That's real good. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. This card does nothing and you should be ashamed. That is good. That's real good. Oof.
It's
For
wrong.
for audio listeners, it's a trainer card, so it's one of the like items in the Pokemon trading card game. It just says "try again later." It's a Pokestop that you've tried to spin, and it says "try again later." The description is: when you play this card, return "try again later" to your hand, then try again later. In the little description, it just says this card does nothing, and you should be ashamed. That's funny. That's really funny. Ay, ay, ay.
It's so good.
That's terrible. It's funny, but it's terrible.
But yes, I think it's interesting that they'll be doing a collaboration with Niantic
Mm-hmm.
to make some interesting cards. I was actually reading a couple of the comments on the Twitter feed about it, and it's like there's so much potential that they could do. Like, was the Professor Royal card just a tease to what they were going to be doing with that?
Probably.
It sounds like it's been a work in progress for a while.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's how do you tie real world to the card game? Do you have like interesting points of interest, like the Great Pyramids or the Leaning Tower of Pisa, as like gyms and stuff?
I don't know. I don't know enough about the TCG to really break it down. Like, I'd be curious to see what, because like the primary content of a TCG release is new Pokemon with different moves and stuff. So we could see Pokemon with different moves based on like in-game events or something like that.
Another one was we might see Shadow and Purified cards.
That would be interesting. The I'll be curious to
put out a
see.
Candela trainer card, would you get it?
Yes. Yes. I mean, I'm down to buy a couple packs. The one thing I'm curious is to see what the full set, like how many cards are in the full set, and how absolutely bonkers would it be to try and collect a full set. So probably a little bit more than I'm willing to do, but I might do it anyway. We'll see. Also, depending on what my next job is, I might be able to get a little bit better access to these. So we'll see. We shall see. No official announcement yet. And actually, I'm gonna have to double check to see if I can even make an official announcement, depending on what my next job is. Jesse, are you ready? That's just about all the content we have for the news roundup.
You
ready?
Yep.
Do the thing. We're gonna do the thing.
Welcome to the meta announcement.
Nah. Love Cup. It's back. Love Cup is back. I don't. I get the jokes, but I don't like the. Yeah, I'm going
These
back
are
through
great.
these. Yeah. These are great. So the names of the squads of 3 are Grass Hole, Fish Hole, Fire in the Hole, Slow Hole, Electric Hole, Charm Pit, Buzz Hole, Rock Hole, Hole Puncher, Tongue Hole, Stall Hole, Thotectic Hole, Crab Hole, and Charmageddon. I like it. I like it a lot.
So Love Cup is the special formatted red and pink only Pokemon in GBL
Yes.
for Great League.
Red and pink as listed within the Pokedex of the main series games. You can find the lists either can you search by red and pink Pokemon in your box?
No. You can't search by color. It doesn't recognize that.
It's not part of the Pokedex. Okay.
But if you go into the Love Cup and it tells you to pick your team of 3, it will filter out.
Mm-hmm. PvPoke also has the rankings here, so you're able to check that info out as well. This infographic we're looking at is from Go Stadium, with a breakdown of some high-performing teams, depending on what you're coming up against within Love Cup. So your whole teams usually refers to doubling up of one type and one Your third pick being a flex that usually counters the weaknesses of the other two.
So let's take Grasshole, for example. Olomola lead because your two back are waters, or your two back are grass.
Yep.
So you have to assume that if they don't lead the fire, that it's going to be in the back, and you swap out your safe swap, which in this team's example is Sunny Cherim, because if you go to swap that and they go to counter swap, Sunny Cherim has a chance to counter whatever they swap in to counter it. Say, let's, for example, so you lead a Olomola, they lead Talonflame. You switch to Cherim. If they're smart, Talonflame stays, or no, sorry, let me repeat that. I'm sorry. If you lead with Thickfish and they lead with Talon, there is a good chance they are going to swap out to either an electric or a grass type.
Mm-hmm.
You then swap out to Sunny Cherim because Sunny Cherim has Fire Weather Ball, and that beats whatever they're sending in that would have beaten a Olomola. Unless it's oh shoot, what was it? Like a fairy type, but even then, you spam it down with Weather Ball. Most of the things that are going to be in your pivot slot, or what we call the safe swap, are going to be things that have high charge move or low charge cost energy. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words tonight. I am tired. 6 days a week working is not fun. Low cost energy charge moves. Things that rapidly fire and stall out the clock, the switch timer. But that's not the case consistently. It's just the safer option. So, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's just about. I'm actually paddling up Rocket right now, seeing if I can get a good Shadow Totodile.
So for me, I've been running. I believe it was Spark in our server that mentioned they were running Milotic Double Bug because there were so many Talonflame leads. Milotic mostly runs Dragon Tail. You can run it with Waterfall if you're feeling spicy. But either way, it's got Dragon Tail, Surf, Hyper Beam, or Blizzard. And then you're hoping to catch out the Talonflame, a Cargo, or a Fire type. Or so basically, you don't want to see a Steel, Electric, or Grass in the front because those will be Milotic. But Milotic does hurt because it has Dragon Tail, unless it's the Steel type like Sizor. That is the number one counter to my team. Is if I see a Sizor lead, I am in a little bit of trouble. But the two back Pokemon I have are Crustle, Rock Crustle. So Smackdown, or is it Smackdown or Rock Throw? I forget. Let's see. Rankings.
Which one? Crustle?
Love Cup, Crustle.
I think No, I don't
Yeah,
think
Smackdown. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was Rock Throw or Smackdown. It's Smackdown, X Scissor, Rock Slide. And then I'm running my Shadow Sizor with Bullet Punch, X Scissor, Night Slash. The reason I'm running it with the Bullet Punch is because if I happen to come across a Fairy type, I'll send that in on the Fairy because the Steel type Bullet Punch will hurt it. And then if they do have shields up, I'll try to bait with the Night Slash to get the boost to Bullet Punch. And on the Shadow, it even hurts even more. It's fun. But a lot of these teams that are here in this infographic that Steven is showing on the stream is either ABB lines or things that reverse that. And this is slowly becoming a common thing in a lot of metas where you lead with the thing that beats whatever your team's weak to in the front. So it becomes very RPS in my opinion because it's like, oh no, they have the lead that beats the thing that beats the things in the bag. I think the most, if looking at this graphic here, what have I seen the most of? I've seen a bunch of Hole Puncher teams, which is Talonflame, Double Fighter. I've seen, what was the one with, Charmageddon I've seen, Triple Charmers, that's annoying. Because if it's a Charmer in the front and I'm using Dragon Tail Milotic, I don't do anything to him. haven't seen Fire in the Hole. So of the battles I've done, I've seen a lot of Metasham. I've seen a lot of Scrafty. I've seen a good amount of. I did see a Slowbro earlier. That was odd. I saw a Slowbro and I was like, that's a thing. I've seen some Macargo. Ariados has been the other very common lead against me.
Mm-hmm.
I almost want to run Crustal on the lead because if it's either a Talonflame or an Ariados, I'm going to kill it.
Hmm.
But I know as soon as I put, because it seems most people, if they're not running Scrafty in the lead,
Mm-hmm.
it's either a Metacham or a Scrafty in the back. And that can be a problem for me because both Sizor and Crustal hate fighters. So I guess other than a Sizor lead, my other weakness to my team is potentially Fairy if I don't catch it out on Sizor, or not killing it with Milotic.
Mm.
But that's also why Milotic's not on this graphic, because it's not great.
Yeah.
But I enjoy running it.
Oh, I don't know what I would want to. I'm going to be honest, I have not played any GBL this season yet. And I don't know if I will get around to it.
I do like the concept of slow hole. XL Slowpoke, either Galarian or a regular Slowbro and Slowking. I just think that's funny.
That's ridiculous.
Because you get the regular Slowpoke is just water, I think.
Yes.
I don't think it's psychic till it evolves.
Nope. No, I believe it's just water.
Slowpoke.
No, Jim is him. Jesse's audio is quite terrible. I do apologize.
Is it me? I can switch my mic.
Would you mind?
Yeah.
I didn't know you had another mic.
You got to talk though.
I'm talking. Oh, I need to fill in time. I see.
Yes.
Yeah, his audio has been fantastic. We are doing more remote episodes now. We have had our each respective households have acquired COVID. Thankfully, I have so far been spared, but and fingers crossed it continues. But you're a little quiet. Can you crank yourself a little? Actually,
How would I do that?
I can do it. Hold on. Just don't.
I was just gonna say, I don't think there's a volume button on this. Oh well, it would help if I had the microphone facing me.
There you go. And that's that's fantastic. That's so much better. What mic were you using?
My headset.
Oh, you don't ever use that again. Let me just. I'm gonna next time I go over to your place. I'll bring a can. Be like, know your place, trash, and I'll throw your headset in the garbage.
Ow.
I don't know how your like listening audio is, but the mic audio is no bueno. That was kind of rough. Then again, when did you get that mic, that headset?
Yes.
A long time. I'm gonna imagine a long time ago, which would make sense. Mic technology has vastly improved and lowered in cost over the last number of years. The rise of podcasting has pushed mic technology to the forefront.
But yes, this is a very weird meta. I mean, if you look at the top picks, Talonflame is just really good just because it's Talonflame and smacks people with fire damage.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't get caught against a rock water or an electric, it does pretty well.
Yeah. I've not built a Great League Talonflame yet, so I wonder if this isn't a good enough excuse to do so.
You need to heavily support it.
Yeah.
Obviously, crazy XLs like Lickitung and Metacham exist. Unreasonable goals.
Yeah.
What was it? It was the big heavy team is Lickitung XL and Alola.
Ugh.
You are going to be playing up against that. You might as well grab some dinner because you're going to be playing against that person for a while.
I have the rank 47, but it needs XL, and let me double check to see what it.
For Lickitung?
Yeah.
I am envious of you. I wish I had a good one.
It needs.
Maybe I should do those instead of Registeel.
It needs 256 XL candy, so it doesn't need to be level 50, but it needs a lot. I only have 62 XL candy, so I should probably set it as my buddy and start walking. What was the last event that we had bonus XL candy for walking your buddy?
I want to say November.
Interesting.
There was something they did when it was snowing out, and everyone's just like, really?
Yeah, I went for it. No, actually, I don't think it was when it was snowing. I think it was before then. It was a while ago, but I got I got my Metacham candy that I needed. Realistically, I should be running walking Lickitung.
Was it October with the Halloween event?
Yes, that's what it was. I believe that's what it was. Yeah, I wish that kind of stuff would come back, just because, like, I feel like XL candy, like, even though I'm past level 40, XL candy is like just scarce. Just generally playing the game, casually playing the game, it's so scarce. There's species that I've been catching. Let me do a quick check, because the one that I've caught not a whole lot of recently, but has shown up is Poliwag. And that's the one that I'm like, I've caught a handful of Poliwag. Not a lot, but I've caught a handful of Poliwag, and it feels like my XL candy count for Poliwag is absolutely atrocious. And it's like, this shouldn't be that bad. I have 55 Poliwag XL candy.
That's cute.
That's a sixth of one. What do you have? Do I want to know? Probably already have.
I also did all the Shadow Rockets that had Poliwag.
That's true.
Focused, what's her name?
One of the rocket leaders?
Yeah, Sierra.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you've probably gone ham. You're a much more dedicated player than I am.
201.
Yeah, so, I mean, it just feels...
And that's 2 evolutions, not just 1.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there are some Pokemon that you have, like, an exorbitant amount. Or in some cases, like, I think Litleo, where...
After we're done with these trades, for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm more thinking of Pokemon where, like, if you're going ham on, like, availability, like, Litleo in Great League requires XL, but also Pyroar within Ultra League requires XL. So, like, you need double the XL candy for it. It feels like it's quite ridiculous, and there's some Pokemon that just need a ton more. So,
but even at best, Pyroar and Litleo are spice picks because of that normal weakness.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but it's one of the, it's like, I'm using that as just a generic example of, like, there are some Pokemon that need XL for 2 of its different Pokemon if you want to, you know, complete a collection of PvP eligible Pokemon. So,
right.
So, I don't know. It seems excessive. I don't know. We're what, a year, 2 years into XL Candy?
Yep.
And I still, it probably won't get changed, and it feels kind of meh. So
yeah.
But who knows? Yeah.
Where was that? That was Ghost Stadium that put that nice little chart out, right? If our listeners wanted to check it out.
Yes. Go Stadium. I'm not gonna read off the link here. Actually, speaking of links, before I get into a little bit of a required reading article because I didn't have enough time to read it myself, we got an email from somebody.
Oh yeah,
that was asking about the YouTube link because, and I'd have to double check it. I'd have to do my homework here. The YouTube link that I read off in podcasts previous to the Battle Science YouTube page, they tried to I think they tried to type it in, and follow me reading the URL,
Okay.
and it errored out, and it didn't send them to the YouTube channel. So they were asking for the YouTube channel URL.
Does it generate randomly every time you use it?
That's the thing. I'm not 100% sure. So now I feel like a butt face for reading that out loud. If it does change, I feel like
they can always
total,
just YouTube search us.
Well,
Battle Science Podcast.
I'm not entirely sure if they, verbatim typed it in or not. If you did, I applaud you. That is very impressive. I am not going to make fun of you for that. That is dedication. That is very impressive, and that is more effort than
you put into GBL.
That's more than I put into GBL in 3 months. Yep. I'll take it. I'll take that.
Clip that.
Go into YouTube, search up Battle Science Podcast or Battle Science Pokemon Go. It's actually kind of rough that I'm going to go here, disregard what I have here. I don't actually watch HoloLive. Why is that there? We'll go here. Don't pay attention to what's on my home screen, please and thank you. A lot of Destiny stuff. If we go Battle Science. Say if we type in Battle Science, we don't... Okay, we show up 3, but that's because I'm subscribed as my own account. Speaking of which, we have 74 subscribers. We are close to 100 subscribers. We're real close to having youtube.com/battlescience. I imagine we're going to get to 99, and YouTube's going to be like, no, sorry, you need 150 subscribers to get your own URL. And I'm going to be like, no, YouTube, why would you change the goalposts even though you're well within your rights as the own platform that you own? No. But we're really close. Like, I'd have to pull up some of the analytics and stuff, but we've jumped in subscriber numbers, which is awesome. So I'm super pumped. Because then I don't have to read off the channel URL. I'm not going to do it this time. I think I'm over it. I'm overdoing that. I will not do that. But I'll be very excited for youtube.com/BATTLESCIENCE. So I'll be very excited for that. Soon, very soon. Go over to youtube.com, search up Battle Science, go find our YouTube, and hit subscribe. So please and thank you. Okay, required reading. We've got a little Reddit article here from the one and only JRE Seawolf, a.k.a. u/JRE47 on Reddit. Under the Lights, Zap Cannon, Registeel. I am going to read a quick paragraph here from it, but I will request, I'll put it in all of the link in all of the show notes stuffs everywhere. Excuse me, goodness gracious. I'll put a link so people can go check it out. But Zap Cannon, Registeel, we talked about it in a previous episode that it seemed a little bit bonkers. And it continues to seem to be a little bit bonkers. But here is a segment out of the article here from Reddit. Stat-wise, it's exactly the same. Now here comes the first real curveball. Here comes Zap Cannon. Stat-wise, it's the exact same as Hyper Beam, but of course it does have super effective targets, water and flying types, neither of which Registeel has been able to hit super effectively before. It's resisted by Grass and Dragon, but Registeel also resists their moves, so those are kind of a wash. It's also resisted by Electrics and double resisted by Grounds. But the big story with it is that it's a couple of move rebalances ago, Zap Cannon now comes with a guaranteed nerf to the opposing Pokemon's attack stat. It's not a crazy multi-stage drop or anything, but considering the redonkulous speed with which Registeel charges it up as quickly as Swampert charges up Earthquake/Sludge Wave, as fast as Nidoqueen charges up Earth Power, and faster than Walrein reaches Earthquake, for a few examples, it's often going to come in multiples, even in very unfavorable matchups. That may not change the end results of all those matchups, though it sometimes can. but it does give Registeel a nasty parting gift, leaving the opposition severely hobbled as they limp into the next matchup to likely rapidly perish. Okay, enough setup. Let's get into the meat of this analysis. Jerry Seawolf goes into breaking down Ultra, Great, Ultra, and I think maybe doesn't look like he goes into Master, but Registeel doesn't.
I don't think Registeel gets high enough.
No, I don't think it does either. Let's go over the bullet points here of the TLDR. Might as well. So let's sum it up. As Zap Cannon currently works, coming with a 100% chance to debuff the opponent's attack stat, Registeel with Zap Cannon sees a significant jump in performance in both Great and Ultra leagues, beating things you'd expect, Waters and Flyers, and many things you may not expect, particularly in Ultra League, where Zap Cannon can alone beat things like Giratina A and Trevenant that still resist all of Registeel's damage. Where Zap Cannon, a move that didn't debuff the opponent. Let me pronounce things properly. Were Zap Cannon a move that didn't debuff the opponent, it would be a solid side grade to the existing Flash Cannon Focus Blast moveset, trading effectiveness versus things like fairies and the ability to outrace stuff like Scrafty and Obstagoon for wins over Waters and Flyers like Jellicent, Gyarados, Azumarill, and Mandibuzz, things you would expect a big electric move to beat. Unless Zap Cannon is nerfed somehow, this is a significant upgrade for Registeel that you will want on Registeel moving forward. I would hesitate to invest fully only because A, we're in a Master League period for the next couple of weeks, and no, I didn't spend a lot of time looking at Registeel Master League, to be honest. So there's no particular rush to build a new Registeel at the moment, and B, I do wonder if Niantic will be changing Zap Cannon in the near-term future, and it would stink to have just built one and then have it immediately nerfed.
That or do 100 raids so you can get the XL candy.
Yeah. Yeah, because
sorry you spent all this money farming this legendary Pokemon for its XL candy. Now we're going to turn it into a Chansey.
Oops. Yeah, we're going to nerf it. Oh, Lock-On now isn't as good. Oops.
How do they make that worse? Increase its cooldown.
Yeah. Yeah, because all it has is stupidly high refresh and energy gain.
Yeah.
Doesn't have any damage. It's not like they can nerf the damage from nothing. Yeah. The only reason they have it at 1 damage is because it needs to do something. It can't.
Even Splash does 1 damage.
It technically can't have 0 damage. No move can have 0 damage. So yes, it you can't nerf its damage. You could increase its cooldown or reduce its energy gain if you absolutely wanted to bungle things like Porygon, the Reggies.
The Reggies are really the only ones that benefit it. No one really runs Porygon.
You do.
I'm silly.
Yeah. Can everyone tweet it? Tweet at Jesse. I'm going to pick an arbitrary date for you to tweet at Jesse. Jesse, you're silly. I want you to tweet at him on...
Might as well do my birthday at this point.
I was going to say July 12th, 2022. And just tweet at him. Jesse, you're silly. You can tweet him. You can at the Battle Science account if you feel like it, or you can find his own account, which has been kind of somewhat active. So,
I do it when I post stuff that I don't think you'll approve of on the Battle Science account.
Oh, no worries.
Yawn on Slacking has 0 damage.
Seriously? Technically 0 damage? Or does it technically have 1?
I will find out.
Double check. I want to say technically it has to have 1 damage. I don't think you can have a move with 0 damage.
Nope, it's 0.
Really? So
0 damage generates 15 energy.
So then why is the stuff that has 1 damage that's supposed to have 0 damage have 1 damage?
I think it's only Slacking that has Yawn. Or no, they did it for Snorlax too.
Snorlax has Yawn?
Yeah, it was
Oh.
the one where they had the event where it was sleeping.
Oh,
For that
the
long
Pokemon
fabled relic of a game
the
called
Pokemon sleep. Huh.
Sleep.
That's funny. What a goofy movie. What a goofy movie. Um hmm. Hmm.
Should you be raiding Registeel? Yes, if you don't want to raid like a tongue.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's accurate. If you want to go ham, oh goodness gracious. The raid hour tomorrow, actually.
Nope. Nope.
No?
We get 2 weeks of Regirock, 1 week of Registeel.
Oh, next week. That's right. Next
The
Wednesday.
following.
Yeah. Wednesday the 16th. Wednesday the
Because
16th.
they don't want people farming up an XL that people actually want.
I mean, maybe I don't know if they went. I would caution against giving Niantic that much intelligence or that much foresight. They might have just done it on accident, being like, "Oh, Registeel only has one day for its raid day. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. Oops. That's not the end of the world." But I don't know. Who knows?
If you don't already have a good Registeel, it is a very solid pick in Great League. And if you want to be crazy and farm up for XLs, Ultra League, it is very good too.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, if you already have a decent Registeel, you can also just wait to Elite TM it.
Yes. Yeah. Open Great League. The I don't know the last time we've had a Sylph Arena meta where Registeel has been available, and I think
True.
that's primarily just because legendaries are usually banned. So
yeah, it's mostly they're trying to keep it somewhat balanced by keeping things like Cresselia out. Cresselia or Mew, as long as Mew isn't like breaking. I do know that for myself, I probably won't go too crazy on the Registeel because I got a good one traded to me a while back at one of our events. Do remember we do have the Deoxys for me's coming back as well.
Mm-hmm.
So for everyone that brings in a Registeel, they're going to be farming Defense Deoxys as well. Defense Deoxys, when it does come out, remember, is a mythic, so you cannot trade it.
Yep.
And it is a pain in the butt to get people to raid for.
Because PvPers are the ones that farm it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe the casuals will want to go for those shinies because now all of the forms will be available as shiny.
Yeah, maybe. Yellow defense.
I'm gonna have to do some big, what's the word? Convincing.
Do some campaigning to get some people in. Yeah.
I'm already doing that for Registeel. I've been asking in other groups. I normally try to do my free pass every day. Be like, hey, who can I guarantee will want Registeel invites? You go back to that card.
I'm just finding something to put up on screen. What's about it for the news and meta analysis? I unfortunately don't have a whole lot to include here.
It's pretty light right now, and I think the big draw for a lot of people has been Legends Arceus.
Yes, that's been.
I'm being paged to go move my car.
Okay.
I'll be back.
I will migrate us over to the community question. Last episodes was if you could pick a theme and make a team of 3 Pokemon based on that theme, what would you make? Theme examples of Bugcatcher, Ace Trainer, Breeder, Fisherman, Gym Leader, etc. Tall Dude 8022 in our Discord responded with the big boys, Snorlax, Metagross, and Golurk. I like that. The big boys. If you know, God, I don't know what the song is, but the big boys, itty bitty boys. I like those. I don't know the rest of the lyrics, but I like that. I like that a lot. I hope you listen to the community questions and it gets you to think a little bit. And maybe I don't know, Yeah, I hope it makes you think a little bit. Brain stuff. Goodness. I'm very excited. I was supposed to have today off and then a couple days ahead of time. Found out I don't. And so worked most of it and then came back here for the podcast and didn't have a whole lot of time to prep. And I'm going to decompress tomorrow. It's going to be nice. The community question for this next 2 weeks. We are looking at Valentine's Day. Before confirming anything, I'm going to wait for Jesse to come back. But I'm thinking of something Valentine's Day related. I don't know if I want it to be goofy or if I want it to be more heartfelt. Or a nice in-between. A nice cream filling of the 2 cookies of Oreo. If you understand. If you like Oreos, if you're listening to this podcast and you like Oreos, let's say you're driving. I want you to pull over to the side of the road so you can safely raise your hand in agreement that you too like Oreos. If you're not driving and you are in a safe space in which to raise your hand, I just want you to raise your hand in agreement that you too like Oreos. I don't know how long it takes for him to move his car. I don't think it's very long, but it's at this point, it's kind of awkwardly long, I will say. It's just semi-awkward, semi-long. Semi-awkward, you know? We're batting ideas around for Extra Life this year. I didn't get around to doing anything from Extra Life for Extra Life last year. We had the donation page up. I think I was the only one that donated to Extra Life, to be honest, just to make sure everything worked. No, let's see. No, I take that back. I think I donated to Extra Life for every subscriber we got to YouTube during a particular period of time. And then I think I donated a little bit more, but we really didn't do a whole lot for Extra Life. And I really want to do something different for Extra Life this year. I want to do something weird and wacky. And I think I've got a couple of ideas, just a matter of doing it. So we'll have to sort of wait and see what all happens. So, Jesse, I don't know if I should go silly or if I should go more heartfelt for a community question that's more Valentine's Day related.
Well, silly hasn't been doing us any good lately, so I think heartfelt might be worth a shot.
Well, I mean, I'm not judging it on responses, to be honest. I've kind of given up on being, a community question. I'm more hoping for people to consider it and think about it versus needing responses. I don't need the dopamine hit of somebody responding on Twitter or in the Discord. It's not healthy.
Well, that's good because we haven't had a good track history.
I mean, yeah, I'm tempering my expectations, and I'm generally reconsidering, that format. I'm more wanting it to be more of a thought piece, or something to giggle about,
Adult science reflections.
Not that on the nose, but I mean, you've kind of got the idea. So I've got.
Does Mr. Mime really use reflect on you, or is it using it on itself? I'm sorry,
man. Let's just go straight weird, goofy. I don't know. Valentine's Day candies. What is? Let's see.
Reese's.
I mean, but that's easy.
That's the correct answer. Not those chalky hearts with fake inspiration written on them.
No, I mean,
You know what I'm surprised isn't a Valentine's candy?
Huh.
The heart container from Legend of Zelda.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've seen.
That'd make a really good
I'm-
gummy candy.
I've not seen like tchotchkes like game stuff for the heart container from. You see a whole lot of like the sword and the Triforce, but you don't see the heart container a whole lot. That's kind of surprising to me. Like you'll see
It's
the
like a generic life bar too for a lot of games.
Yeah, you'll see like the Pokeball. You'll see a whole lot of Pokeball stuff, but you won't see like the heart container. I'd say the heart container is pretty. It's not specific. It's not specific for
Zelda.
Zelda. Yeah, it's not. It's like, oh, you can see it and be like, oh, that's from a video game, but it's not necessarily like you. Not everyone's gonna see it and be like, ah, it's Legend of Zelda. But I'm kind of surprised you don't see more like merch stuff from it.
Sorry, I stole your thunder on your question though.
No, it's fine. I'm still like, it's like wet clay, and I'm trying to form it in my hands, and it's just too moist.
Ugh.
Trying to think something to the effect of like, what's the candy you give out for Valentine's Day?
Reese's.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
That's an easy one that people want.
Yeah, I'm not a Smarties fan. Like they're not bad. They'll have their place, but like I don't know. Not a big
Okay,
Smarties
you know what
fan.
my favorite one was growing up?
What's
The box of assorted chocolates.
Oh, you know what? The like gourmet chocolates. Like anytime we would go to like C's, I
Mm-hmm.
gotta get that cherry.
Oh,
Cherry
chocolate covered cherry.
Yeah, that's got the goo, that cherry goo. Oh my god. Oh.
The big O.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Steven likes his cherries.
I'm trying to think of what the what a Pokemon what's the what Pokemon's face best describes me eating a chocolate covered cherry?
Oh,
I'd have to search for it and I don't know. Let's see. Pokedex.
is it Whooper?
No. Let's see. I'm gonna look up.
That's
Pokedex.
my face eating a cherry or eating a cherry, eating a Reese's cup.
I need
Pure bliss.
bigger sprites. Does Cerebi have bigger sprites? I need to see the full list. Guys, I need the full list. Oh, is this the Singapore? Interesting. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Load more Pokemon. Yes, please. Ekans
I'm
face.
scared.
It's not
face.
Ekans, but that's funny. That's a funny looking face. Oh, that's a. Let's see if this will pop up. It's a kid's face on Christmas morning. They got the Nintendo.
Oh, Nintendo 64 kid?
No, yeah, it's Nidoqueen's face. Oh!
Oh, that's a cool little Pokedex thing.
Yeah, this is the I think
It's the actual Pokemon site.
Yeah, it's the actual Pokemon site, but this isn't the English site. This is I think Singapore? I have to double check. This one is yep, this is Singapore. The Singapore Pokemon website. Trying to find one that's got that face. I can't use the accurate description here on the podcast because it's a lewd phrase and I cannot use that here.
While you're wrapping that up though, what are we thinking for the question?
I think it's to just consider your Valentine's Day candy. What you would give out for Valentine's Day candy.
What would you give us for Valentine's Day? What would you want from us?
well, I mean, not necessarily from us, but I would just say in general, like think back to as a kid, if you were doing like Valentine's Day, the little like everyone gets a Valentine's from somebody else, and you put the little candy on the little candygram or whatever the heck they called. You dig? What candy are you giving out? If you had the choice and your parents would, buy the candy for you, are you giving everyone Skittles, or are you giving everyone like Three Musketeers or
Skittles
something like
was
that?
pretty common.
Skittles was really common. It's kind of overrated. I say, not a big fan of Skittles. Now, Skittle milk. If you haven't tried Skittle milk, it's exactly
That
what it
makes
sounds
me
like.
feel nauseous just hearing you say that.
It's like milk that you get from Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles without the cereal.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically that. There isn't physical Skittles in there. You drain the Skittles out. But
Makes me feel questionably uncomfortable.
yeah, it's just it's milk with a copious amount of artificial fruit flavoring in it. So
The only type of milk cereal that is good is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Don't lie to yourself.
you don't think the chocolate, bro? I gotta come clean to you. I mean, actually, I shared it in our chat. The dollar store had Count Chocula, so I bought a box. So I've been slowly eating through a box of Count Chocula in February. So I feel like I've cheated the system because that kind of stuff only comes around in like October.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I got it. Yep. Yeah, you're right. That Whooper face is the right face. This is the face I make when I'm eating chocolate covered cherries. Righty. I think that will wrap up our Valentine's Day-ish episode of the Battle Science Podcast. If you want to follow us on Twitter, where we post links and maybe some fun stuffs, and oh my god, I completely forgot.
Merch?
No, that's a thing. I'll get to that here at the end of the show. First of all, I think I forgot to hit split when we went over into the meta analysis. Not a big deal. I'll click it again here. Actually, maybe, yeah, I definitely did. Tomorrow, February 9th, is the 2-year anniversary of the Portland Mega, the Rose Cup, the Battle Tower, as they, I don't know if I can say that they sprung it on us really late, but yeah, Sylph decided on the name for the Battle Tower like days in advance. It was kind of sudden, but we were totally able to do it. Also, I'm a hardy procrastinator, and so I didn't have everything ready to go. So when I was told, hey guys, here's some like logos and stuff, are you able to put this in your streams? And I was like, haha, yes, no problem. That's because I hadn't gotten a whole lot of this stuff done before. If I remember correctly, God, it was 2 years ago. Yeah, I'll probably do some tiny little video and put it out on Twitter tomorrow, to sort of just say thanks to everyone that helped put on the Portland Mega 2 years ago. As I've lamented in the past year that it's been 2 years and we haven't been able to do another one. I'm hoping that we get the opportunity to do something like that again, be it participating and hanging out with people or being able to stream it. I miss hanging out with people and playing Pokemon Go, especially PvP. I miss it. It sounds like it's dead. It's weird. I'm saying a lot. Goodness.
Merchandise.
You calm down.
No.
Dude, this is maybe one of the shorter episodes ever. Yeah, I don't know. I've lost track of what I was saying, but yeah, thank you to everybody. Thank you to the Portland crew that brought us on. brought us on to help stream it, and hopefully we're able to hang out and do another one of those at some point, or at least hang out with some of that crew. I don't even know if Sweetums and I doubt Sweetums.
Blackshin?
I doubt Sweetums and Blackshin listen to the podcast, but if they do, thank you guys for putting that on and thinking of us.
Thanks for Alf
Henry
for
Janoff.
co-hosting.
Alf and Doll for co-hosting, definitely. Ken. A ton of other people with putting up with our absolute crap. My buddy Skylar.
The robots.
The robots. God, yeah, it should be resolved at this point. Who knows? If we never get to do another stream like that, I'll never know if I fixed the robot voice issue. But yeah, God, it's been 2 years. It's kind of wild. Somebody was making mention on the social medias, so take it with a grain of. I'm taking it kind of with a grain of salt, but also with a very somber tone that the average pandemic lasts about 7 years, and we're heading into year 3. So that's really sobering. A really sobering thought that it might take us another 4 years to get through the rest of this. Who knows? Who knows though? But yeah, I'll wrap it up. You want me to get to merch. If you go to goodness, I've lost the link. Let me see about. Not that one. store.streamelements.com/battlescience. You can pick up some sweet merch. Pick up a Battle Science sticker. You can pick up a Battle Science mug. You can get, according to statistics, a hoodie and a t-shirt. This is the 4th most listened to video game podcast in Hong Kong in November of 2020, according to statistics. Battle Science podcast. You can get a nice little Battle Science shield logo on a t-shirt. And then you can get the mug, which it says because I say a lot, and it makes it seem like you're drinking coffee and you're saying too. Case in point. You can follow us on Twitter at @battle_science if you want a smattering of random tweets, responses, and retweets of cool things, infographics, etc., etc. You can join our Discord. Links should be everywhere. If links are broken, then send me an email at battlescience.podcast@gmail.com, or if something else is broken, do feel free, battlescience.podcast@gmail.com. I will respond to you. I think my track record currently is near immediate as far as email responses. And hopefully...
I also would like to, really quick, I forgot to mention earlier, if you aren't in a Guardian Cup, we will be starting our servers a little bit late this month because I wanted to include Jump Pluff in the meta. We will be starting the Sunday after Community Day, and that's this weekend, actually. This Sunday, we will be starting our I gotta do stuff.
Yeah.
Our Guardian Cup for Self Arena. So if you'd like to join a remote one, come hop in with us.
Hop in, ha 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 puns. Oh, I'm sorry for your ears. I shouted that.
Did I jump fluff that one?
No. I hope I'm not a spore loser in this cup.
Haha.
I'm proud of that one. Join our Discord. It's open to everybody. If you want to come hang out, lurk. It's generally pretty quiet just because the Self Arena is going on and PvP's kind of been like, meh. But if you want to hang in, or hang out,
we talk about a lot of other fun stuff too.
The off-topic channel. I don't want it to be only me just posting random stuff. So come in, hop in our off-topic channel and talk random stuff. Please do that. Please do that. The other thing is patreon.com/battlescience. You can go back. I said $1 tier or more. It basically goes indirectly right into the yearly subscription for Podbean so that we can have our podcasts hosted somewhere so that you can listen to it in your ear holes. Our voices in your ear holes because of Podbean. So if you don't like our voices in your ear holes, blame Podbean. Don't actually. They're a neutral third party here. Blame us. Blame yourself? I don't know. There's a lot of parties involved. It's gonna get complicated. Maybe we need to start writing things down. Go to therapy, maybe. That might help. I'm not against group therapy if we're gonna figure out who's to blame here for you not wanting us in your not. You don't know what I mean, but I'm gonna stop it here just because I don't really need to explain it further. It's weird.
We're weird.
Yeah, I think that's it. We will catch you in 2 weeks for another episode of the Battle Science Podcast on the 22nd of February, Tuesday. If you want to catch us live, go over to twitch.tv/battlescience, where we record the podcast live with visuals. Subscribe over to the YouTube. See if we can get to. I think we're going to get to 100 subscribers on YouTube this
year.
This year, I think for sure.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I want to do an extra live stream. I want to raise some more money for Seattle Children's Hospital, do some weird stuff. I threw out an idea today in the chat that I think people will like in a private chat, so people won't know it until it happens. I think it's going to be goofy. I think people are going to laugh, and I think that's kind of the point. So, fingers crossed. Go have a wonderful Hop-Ip Community Day. Go prep for the Johto Tour event. Be ready because the
Johto Tour will be
is
the week before our next episode.
Johto Tour is the 26th. Depending on when our podcast comes out, we will have all of the information, and
Hopefully.
maybe we might be amongst the ball event. So prepare
yes.
yourself. Prepare yourself and accumulate the ball. Ponder the orb, Jesse.
Ball dropped.
Ponder the orb. And we will see you out there on the battlefield.
Bye.